Welcome to the casual experience.
Good day, fight fans. This is your man Gator standing in for Toby, and today we're here to preview the upcoming UFC event happening in Las Vegas at the UFC Apex Center, headlined by Steve Garcia and David Onama. I'm here with my guy Ferdinand to run this card through. Brother, how far now?
Man, no bad, man. Good.
Hi, DB.
Yeah, man, I'm always good. You know?
But the fight, use UFC community like this now. The fight community has been buzzing with Aspinall since the fight happened. He's still complaining about his eyes.
The drama and everything, huh?
How far now? What do you think? What's your opinion?
The fight actually, it was not actually what we talked about. Where we've predicted that the fight would go, the rounds, and we've predicted chaos, violence from A down to the fifth round. But it was to my surprise that Ciryl Gane actually I poked what's it called Tom Aspinall, because the fight was on 50-50. If you can check, they were all active and aggressive on one another, giving each other the value for money and value for the belts, which was good. But to my surprise, it came out that way and it went south, and which I was not really happy about.
Do you think that soured the entire event in itself?
Yeah, it did, because that was the main event. The main event after the main event, because people actually put a lot, like sweat, blood, and tears, and time to wait for that main event. You know?
Now that, and I understand that he's still complaining that he can't see.
Yeah.
My personal opinion is, if you're poked in the eye, take a few minutes. To take time off.
I get your point.
And then get back into the fight. Like I keep saying, Bisping was fighting without his eye.
Yeah.
John Jones
Rampage.
Yeah. Even DC was saying it on his podcast that everybody was poking everybody's eye.
You know, one thing about the MMA world is eye poke is inevitable, because it tends, before you, we have this reflex action. Whenever somebody is trying to attack you, your hands is always like this. There's no way your hands would be like this.
But didn't UFC do the new gloves that would...
It's you can see the hands, the fingers were across both eyes. You know, they were pressing the eyes. You know, the left hand stands as a resistance, just like a shield. You know, so I feel like it's something you can never take out of a fighter. It will always have issues like this.
So you're saying that the valid thing to do at that point was to stop the fight?
Well, if he can continue, just like what he said, he was unable to continue. So I won't fault him. But
I think he was pretending.
No, I won't say he was pretending. But
I think I'm of the opinion that he walked back to his dressing room and was sitting there for like 10 minutes, and he was like, oh my God, I could have just finished that fight.
You know, one thing about a champion is, like, nobody wants to leave that spotlight. That spotlight is too shining, you know, more shiny, like brighter than the stars, you know. Like, everybody is talking about you in and out of the building. Tom Aspinall, John Jones was ducking you. Now but you're in charge.
John Jones has a lot to say now that he has been saying a lot. He changed his
handle, right? He's always a dramatic guy, so I felt like he was just trying to be like, prove a point why he didn't want to fight him at first now. So that was, people will believe him now. But Ciryl Gane, actually, I poked him, but I don't know the current state now, because earlier he said he was unable to see after day 3 of the fight. So it's crazy. Yeah,
I don't think it was that serious. I really and I'm going to say I don't think it was that serious, because I believe that okay, let's look at the rematch happening, and like you have said already, still everybody is saying it was a 50-50 fight. How many of Tom Aspinall fights could you say were 50-50 before that fight?
He has always been the tractor that always rumple whatsoever he comes across.
Exactly. So Ciryl Gane was standing inside there fighting, actually, and to Tom's surprise, I don't think he expected that much. I think he wanted to go in and walk him down.
When you fight John Jones, you go back and train like John Jones. That's just what happened to Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is just like, he came prepared. You can see his kicks, the leg movements, the way he was fighting like John Jones. You know, he was just too active. I feel like he has idolized John Jones and his fighting style. before you become a champion, you need to fight a champion. So he actually fought one and he wants to become one. So Tom Aspinall saw that and he felt like, yeah, this guy came prepared, 110% prepared. So come on. I actually expected a lot. I was expecting an upset on that bout, and though he went sour, and I wasn't really happy with it. But
if we're discussing a rematch, how quickly are we meant to get a rematch? How quickly do we want to see these two individuals turn around and fight? Because I don't want to wait till February.
No. Well, the UFC Dana White, the UFC boss Dana White said he should have continued. Yeah, he insinuated that he should have continued the bout. But a UFC boss knows that, this is a fighter that actually everybody wants to fight. The fight game is not a juicy sport whereby you can go in fresh and come back fresh like long tennis. This is a violent sport, For a fighter to complain that he is unable to continue, that he's serious. I feel like the UFC should have made it, they should have added it to their sport that, the IPOC is legal, because you can't just come on, keep on eye-poking people, and you don't expect them to come up with words like, I can't see anymore, because he actually felt really bad in the eye poke.
I hope we get to see them fight again.
Well, they will fight again, because they will always fight again, because Tom Aspinall wants to fight, but recent news where he say he's unable to see with the right eyes, it still what baffles me. Like, it's still what baffles me.
It's 3 days after now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want him to end up like Bisbane, seriously, because it's going to be an end of his career, And the White House card is actually what people actually really looking for and waiting for it to come up. And
that's an exciting card. But like I said, we're trying to preview this upcoming Steve Garcia and David Onama fight.
Yeah.
It's 5 rounds.
Yeah, it's going to be a 5 rounds fight.
If Garcia isn't careful, and he goes in with his normal brawly attitude that we know that he's known for, that he's going in and he's always throwing hands and trying to. I feel like that's a fight where, with time and patience, a fighter like Onama would sit down and fight through that grit and grapple with him and get the job done.
Well, one thing about both guys are really explosive. Most especially Onama is really explosive. He's carrying the shoulder. He's carrying Uganda in his shoulder. He was actually born and in a refugee camp in Uganda. He moved down to Missouri in US and to pursue his own fighting career. This is a guy that believes that he wants to bring Uganda off. That we have good fighters out of Uganda too. And one thing about the guys is they are both explosive. Like I said previously, it's not going to be who gives the first strike, but who is going to get his or her rhythm first. So
speaking about rhythm, I've seen Garcia.
Yeah,
like he reminds me of a more refined, a little bit more refined version of DDP that is very scrappy and is always doing everything in the fight to win.
Yeah.
But now that we know that you can be patient and weather that storm, if Onama sits there and gets caught lacking and in 5 or 6 strikes he's knocked out, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I see Garcia trying to push and make more of a statement, being that this is going to help his profile in that featherweight division, because a lot of them are looking to. Everybody wants to fight for the title. Everybody wants to be top 15 and become number one contender.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see how they turn out, because a lot of times we've seen fighters build up their hype.
Yes.
And now they are sitting there like this, now they're not doing anything. I feel like Garcia is one of those people that would actually sit down there and
dominates like Pantoja.
Not dominate. I don't know that's a stretch.
Okay.
No, that's a stretch.
I'm just giving you an instance.
He's still a long way from there. What do you think about?
Well, one thing about Garcia is you tend to see that he fights with rules. Fighters that fight with their rules always end up staying tall in whatever they are fighting for, because fighters without rules always end up being brutal and being beaten. But he should always picture Onama as a big threat too, based on his fighting style. Both guys are really explosive. That was one thing I know about them. But Garcia is more technical when it comes to his fighting style. So I believe that Garcia will always have a front. He always have his edge over Onama, and I don't know, but it's going to be difficult for Onama to counter Garcia in that fight.
The main event on this card is from the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
And now we are just discussing
the
heavyweights with Tom Aspinall and Gane.
Yeah.
And seeing that we want to see a rematch with Gane and Aspinall, that puts Volkov at a disadvantage, which means he has to sit on the sidelines.
Well, Volkov is not. It's going to be
Of which that's another thing. I don't really like that Amelda match. Man.
Yeah.
I don't really think. I felt like it was a 50-50 decision. It's not like I have a strong case to say yes, like he won.
Yeah.
But then I feel like
it wasn't actually Volkov didn't actually dominate the fight.
It wasn't a dominant X.
Well, yeah, I got your point because he was just taking down in and out. First round, second round. He was just dominating. Yeah, but I feel like that was what really happened to. I don't know. You watched the AKO 10 when we saw Jane Osigwe versus Amanda Sana.
Yeah.
What really happened there? It tend to go back to the judges. The way what they saw on the bout and how they came up with their own points.
But they're saying Volkov had more damage. Like he was
significant strikes, right?
Yeah.
So the same issues we are having with the AKO and down to the UFC. So I feel like it's same. Sometimes you don't just come up with take down.
And control.
And control. Yeah. You need more damage. Because they are coming up with new rules in the fight game lately. So, and we might end up seeing the fighter taking you down with no damage, and you end up seeing him coming out short, and we feel like, you got cheated on, and that was not actually what happened.
We're just discussing this heavyweight, and the co-main event is Waldo, Cortez, Acosta, and Ante De Lea.
Yeah.
And with the fight for Volkov, right, having to wait, because that means he's probably not going to get a shot till next year.
He might. The UFC might come up with something different.
So he's going to fight. Do you think he's going to fight another heavyweight fight before he fights for the belt?
Depend on Dana White, because Dana White wants. He talked about an immediate rematch.
Okay.
Yeah,
But what's Volkov going to be doing in the meantime? That's the question.
It depends on his spots. It down lies on Tom Aspinall. If Aspinall can continue, they will have a rematch. That means he's going to fight maybe next year, right? But if Aspinall tend to hang up his gloves, that means it's going to be a Ciryl Gane versus Volkov.
I don't think he's going to hang up, but
since he say he can't see, he still can't see with his eyes.
He will not see till next year.
So come on, and the UFC will not like to go blank just for like 3.
Again, that's having to wait again to have that belt active.
What is happening to the heavyweight division? Seriously,
that's because that's another thing with this fight. Even if this fight happens, right? Is not a division that is heavily stacked.
Yes.
It's not a division that have a lot of exciting fights like we have across a lot of other divisions.
Like the heavyweight.
Yes.
They have good fighters in the heavyweight.
But how many? Compare the heavyweight division to
welterweight.
Bantamweight.
One thing about the most exciting fight to watch is the heavyweight for me, because I feel like they always come up with quick knockouts and much more dramas. But the bantamweight, you see lanky guys stretching themselves down to the final rounds. Though it's actually more interesting too, but I give it to the heavyweights because you see big guys giving each other the value for money and time, which is something to look forward to.
Now, the thing is, with this Cortez fight, right?
Yeah.
We know him to be able to manage his distance and use good footwork.
Yeah.
But I still have this slight lean towards Ante, because I know that he's somebody that has consistently proven that he wants to climb, that he has what it takes to climb that ladder in that heavyweight division.
every heavyweight fighter. One thing I love about the heavyweight division, they look at time. You know, they all want to get to that spot. If you can, I feel like the heavyweights, if you can get to the top 5, they feel fulfilled a little bit, because you know when you're getting close to your dreams, you tend to have that strength to propel you, that will make you.
Tom is still very young.
I don't see Tom because of, come on, like you said previously, that he must have, that he lied. I mean that he it was not that.
I don't think it was. I don't think
exactly.
it was.
But I felt, I knew that he got eye poked, and I saw the video. I watched it countless times. But for him to say he still can't see in day 3, that means it's serious. Yeah, just I just need to look at it, because I know John Jones he was really, really, really happy. You know, he was talking about both guys are crazy guys. Yeah, you know. But
if he decides that there's going to be another, because I really want them to fight in my hope is that they fight in December. I want them to fight. Yes, I want them to fight. It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Even in this month, I mean next month, it's possible. But come on, like for him to still, I don't see him fighting next December.
They need to give everybody their money back.
No,
it was a wasted event.
No, it wasn't. And like you said, I'm beginning to see reasons what you talked about. You know, like he didn't actually wait for tough times. I mean, for some time to chill. But I feel like maybe the pain and everything.
I feel like they could have been a little bit more, just a little bit more, just like small more effort.
Or maybe, okay, like you said, or maybe Tom Aspinall came too prepared. I mean, Ciryl Gane came too prepared.
Yes, there was that fight was going to be a fight. And that being said, I'm looking forward to this heavyweight division that is upcoming. I was watching a lot of Delia fights before the show, and if what I saw is what is expected in the UFC in the next 3 to 5 years, that's not bad.
So, okay, I want to ask you one question. Who do you think will be a threat to the heavyweight division after Tom Aspinall? Maybe if he decided to cut off his gloves.
Nobody.
So you think that it's just going to be Ciryl Gane, or like for you, nobody?
It's going to be Ciryl Gane and then every other person.
Come on! I still not.
It's just like right now. It's Tom Aspinall and every other person, except with what I saw on, because that was I kept looking at the time. I was watching the fights, but I was looking at the time, and it kept on going down. No, I was like, no knockout here too, no knockout here too, no knockout here too, and it kept on looking obvious that
it's going to. There was something fishy was going to happen, right? Or something crazy was going to come up.
Something crazy was going to happen. It kept on looking obvious that I don't think Tom could knock out Gane in that fight.
I realized that they were both they had same fighting style on that bout. The one's legs, the kicks, the strikes, the responsiveness was just too
I feel
noticeable.
Two of them wanted to show that
they're tough.
They're tough.
Then what do you get from a fighter? Like when you're fighting a champion, let it not be like you didn't come prepared. Like that was what I expected. I was really happy when I watched the bout and I saw both guys giving their all to the UFC fans worldwide and everything. I was excited, but the eye poke was what actually killed the whole excitement. I knew Gane was going to come up with something crazy, but not an eye poke, because he actually kills the excitement. No, like
I don't think it happened intentionally.
Exactly.
I don't think it happened
because
intentionally.
if okay, look at the fight Gane had against John Jones. First round, right? He got submitted. But
that's John Jones you're talking about.
Yeah, that was the goals, right? So somebody said
careful. That's John Jones you're talking about.
I know John Jones. That means we need to go back, edit our words back about John Jones.
Yes,
because I actually said he was dodging and ducking the Tom Aspinall earlier on.
Not
so
ducking anything. The dog has one eye now. Anyway, thank you again, fight fans. We're always here to chop it up with you guys.
Yeah.
My guy Ferdinand, myself Gator.
Yeah.
This weekend what would you rate the fight card for this weekend?
Well, I'm going to rate it 8 because we're coming up with most of the
8.
guys. Yeah, most guys are not that dope yet.
I'll not say my score now.
Yeah.
I'll say my score after.
Yeah, I'm gonna rate it 8, but we need to see more dramas in order, because the more the dramas, the more exciting they're going to be. So we want them to have more knockouts and submissions.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was about to say. The only thing that would make me rate this card an 8 is if I see the ratio of knockouts and submissions. Yes, because right now, I'm just looking.
Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane has taken over.
Yeah, actually, the eye, 2 fingers now spoils the whole
nobody's talking about
fight scene for the past.
Everybody just want to see the heavyweight. That was why I always talk about the heavyweight divisions. Like,
the baddest guys.
Yeah, you tend to see guys that weigh like a mountain lion, like 300 to 200 pounds. Seriously, that's really
You don't
cool.
want that energy coming at you.
You know, nobody wants.
Anyway, like I said, fight fans, thank you once again for tuning into the Casual Experience. We're always here to provide you with current, fresh MMA, UFC hot takes with our own opinions as fight fans, as casuals.
Yeah.
Catch you again.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. Casual Experience.
All right.
Welcome to the Casual Experience.